So my
Yeah.
question from the previous conversation was around what are these techniques or tools that we can use which will help us in being disconnected and being present and being in the moment.
Yeah.
So there's not an overspill from our work stress into our personal lives.
Give you a general idea, a very good idea as to how they function. They function as uh, as a surgeon works on your body. When you go for surgery, how does the surgeon work? Exactly in the same manner. For you, that body part is one. For you, the body is one. It's all one unit, but the surgeon sort of cuts it through and sort of shows you that no, this is not one unit. This is loads and loads of unit put together in various ways so that this one part can work. And this exactly these techniques, Himalayan yogic techniques do. They sort of uh, cut through your subconscious mind and sort of show you that there are those various levels of mind which operate within each one of us. And once we know there are these various levels and what they do and what are they function, I think that's very important. What does the conscious mind do? What is the role of the subconscious mind? What is the role of the subtle mind, the inner mind, the mind which is at your core, which defines who you are? Things like that. So all these things are sort of opened, they're made loose. You become aware of these various levels which you earlier thought did not exist or was some sort of blanket cover on it. You're not supposed to think negative. You're not supposed to think the other way. Let's just think positive. So by doing that, what we're doing is trying to dictate the mind, which is which sometimes works, but in the long run it doesn't work because the mind is not what it seems to be. It's a very powerful instrument. It's an operating system of a computer. It is not just an application. We think it's just an application and you can just remove it and put another application, but that is not the case. What the yogic techniques and the teachings tell us is that mind is just like the operating system of your computer. It is as essential as that. Without it, the computer is of no use. In the same way, without the mind, we are of no use. So once you start understanding these intricacies, these subtle issues within yourself, about you, not about any religion or not about any philosophy, about any sort of alien culture. No, no, no. You're just trying to understand yourself as you think you are, and how, with the practice of these certain yogic techniques, how you sort of start to see yourself. And once you start to see the various levels and you operate in various levels, each level is for a function. Like the subconscious mind operates at one level, the conscious mind operates another level. They have a meeting place, but also they are different. So you cannot take the things of the conscious and operate in the subconscious, and you cannot take the things of the subconscious and operate in the conscious. They're two different things, but at some point they meet and they are integrated. So once you start traveling between these various levels of mind, from the outer to your inner core, and up and down and up and down, you start to become aware that what is happening actually, that what is happening at the top, what is happening below that, what is happening below that, and what is happening below that. And then you instantly sort of identify with the core of your mind rather than the upper waves of the mind, the upper reactions, the upper tendencies, the upper conditioning of the mind. As you go deeper into the various levels of mind, the conditioning of the mind is sort of exposed of the top of the highest level or the topmost is conscious mind, the highly conditioned. You go to the subconscious mind, less conditioned, still conditioned, and then you go to deeper levels of mind, which is without or the minimum level of conditioning. And this is where you operate from all the time, especially in things like those incidences which catch you off guard. You sort of dive into it instantly with the help of these techniques, disconnect with the current, dive into your real or the core of the mind, and then operate from it. So that's in general they do. Is that, and they use all the elements. What they use is they use breath, they use life energy, these techniques. They use sound, they use light, they use vibrations, they use attention, they use emotions, they use will. So all the aspects which sort of make us or make a life is are actually used in those techniques. So there is nothing which is ignored. Everything sort of which has made you this operating system is sort of used in those 1 or 2 minutes. Data are crunched and things like that, and suddenly you reach a state where you know exactly what you have to do, which is not a reaction of that incident, or which is not a sort of hangover of the incident, but an actual action in the now. Yeah. So that's the maximum I
Yes.
can give
Okay.
details, and they take some time to flourish because they are not the usual yogic techniques. They are a bit different because they integrate everything. The USP of these techniques are that they integrate everything. All the elements which make us are actually put in one pot and sort of heated up in a very high temperature. And what you get is something very special and which sort of disconnects you with the current. And therefore, you can live in the moment. You cannot. Therefore, you have that special capacity not to carry your stress of office into your personal life, which is very common, or something which happens in your personal life. Could it be separation? Could be something else. Could be health issues into your work culture. Even when you meet with someone else, on a stranger on a day-to-day basis, it can change you because you know that you have very little to do with the outer. All you have to do is the core of your being and the core of that being, which is also made of the same thing. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.